Hi, I'm Eve Nesbitt, and this is my week 2 debate topic. The subject matter is violence in the media, and my position is the opposition position. It states violence in media does not cause desensitization or contribute to aggressive behaviors. In our text, Rabaki and Rabaki state they tell us about 3 different proposition types. And the one that I feel this is a proposition of value. And the reason I feel that way is because I believe that that statement attempts to challenge our belief that violence begets violence. Okay, so data 1. The flaws in media research methodology invalidate previous claims that media violence causes aggression. In an article by Christopher Ferguson and Joanna Savage, they state they did a study and they actually found that children who were nonviolent, when they watched media that had violence, they were less likely to perform any violent acts, which I thought was interesting to note. Warrant 1. Because of flaws in the research methodology, other aspects of influence not previously considered in the research could have had an impact on how someone responds to violent media. And examples of that would be if someone experiences violence in the home, or if they've seen or experienced violence in their community, then that would have a different effect on them. That would have a different impact on this study. Data 2. There have been decades of violent media with little or no direct evidence that's present to show that exposure to violence sparks violence. When I was a child, we watched the Three Stooges all the time, and the Three Stooges were quite violent, and some joking around that happened, but violence with the intention, using that media source as a way to intentionally hurt someone, is something that rarely happens. Rarely happens. Warrant 2. Millions of people watch scary and gory violent media and don't go out and kill people every day or shoot up a school. People behave better than that. Most people have a good sense of right and wrong, and they know that that's something that you shouldn't do. Data 3. People, especially children, are more affected by violence and people, especially children, are more affected by violence experienced in the home and in the community. That type of violence has a more deep effect on children and how they grow and behave. Warrant 3. Children, this is a quotation, children exposed to either familial or community violence, or both, often demonstrate lower school achievement and poor adaptation to academic environments. And this is I got this from an article from Medina, Margolin, and Gordis. And this article was on the general effects of violence on children and how it all affects them, and that violence affects them more than media violence. Okay. The counterclaim: censorship of violent media should have affected the culture of violence, especially children. In all this time, it should have had a big impact. But the rebuttal is, however, censorship hasn't changed things. Gathering more specific and accurate data on those with a proclivity to violence, and finding the right assessment variables will produce clearer data to target where the problem is really coming from. So that's the end of my presentation. Thank you.